How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, everyone. It's May 8th, 2025. It's Thursday. We are live here on Coffee with Malcolm. Robert is on the floor. My coffee's about to spill. But that's okay. Because I'm a rookie morning show host. So, you get what you get, all right? You get what you get. I have no sponsors, advertisements, or anything like that. This is free to you. So, you can take the cheesy props and the technical difficulties and putting up with Terry. So, oh. So, how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Let's see. I don't know. I come up with these polls. They're totally random. And that, I don't know what made me think of John Kennedy this morning, but there you go. There you go. Hey, at least the mic is on today. That is right. That is right. Let me know if it just goes bloop on you for some reason. And then, yeah. But anyway. Left us hanging during the game. I know. I got pissed. Damn it, I hate it when that happens. I was like, doing the middle of the game, and I don't know what's going on with the internet. Maybe it's the game. It could be on my end. I'm not sure. I had like 2 games crash on me last night. The first one I was playing just said they had to do repairs, so it was on their end. And the second game said my internet response time was too high ping, so it kicked me for that too. Yeah. Uh-oh. Look at Illinois. What's going on, Johnny B? That first one was weird. It was a weird game. I don't know. I was just trying them out. And whatever. Like I said, if you guys have an idea for a game you want me to play or try out and you want to see me struggle with, by all means, send me an email, leave a comment in one of the videos. Try this game, you sucker. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll try them out. Download them. What's the big deal? Why not? What could it hurt, right? Today, let's see what happened on this day. Let's go say the first ever Coca-Cola was served at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta as a health tonic back in 1886. Very first Coca-Cola. And they claim they have the original bottle. I don't know. So, the first bottle that they actually crafted. I'm sure it was just in a glass the first time. I doubt he had like a whole production line making custom-made Coca-Cola bottles when he served his first Coca-Cola. I don't think he was that well established yet. But, you know. And it had questionable ingredients, according to folklore. So, maybe that's why it was so addictive. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It only sold about 9 glasses a day at first. But then, like crack cocaine, it went viral. It went crazy, and everybody was like, I gotta have this. I wonder if you know, it kind of makes sense on that conspiracy theory where they had cocaine in Coca-Cola at the beginning. Slow mode's on for Uncle Terry, yeah. Anyway, yeah, if they actually put Coca-Cola in there, that would explain people just being drawn to it and just couldn't get enough of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've tried other colas and other drinks, and you know, okay, you know, but this one they're like, ooh, I gotta have another one. I gotta have my fix. Humna. I don't know. Maybe. Or they just never heard anything like it before. They never tasted anything like it before. I don't know. We'll just have to leave that to the mystery of the secret formula for Coca-Cola, even though they tried changing it in the 80s like a bunch of idiots. Anyway, enough about Coca-Cola. And Randall's been sick the past couple of days. It's evening time for him. How did Thursday play out for everybody? So we'll know if it's a good day or not, Random. Random is in the future, if you guys don't know. So he can tell us how good our day is going to be today or not. If there was any world events we need to worry about, any asteroids coming to destroy us all, some kind of rise of dinosaurs, Godzilla came out of the ocean and attacked Sydney. I don't know. I haven't watched all the news this morning, but maybe he could tell us if we're having a good day or not. It was a shitty day? Oh, crap. Well, there's your Thursday forecast from Wesley, live from Australia, who's in the future. It's going to be a crappy day. Oh, we got another little piece of history from Ray here. What's this? The NCF was founded in 1900 by bank and was located in some other place. Okay. Well, there you go. Some kind of bank was located in a crazy named place that I cannot pronounce because I'm just a dumb American. I use that as my excuse. So, yeah, give us the Thursday lotto numbers, random. Why not, dude? You're in the future. Oh, and the first, on this day in 1963, the first James Bond movie hit theaters. What was the first James Bond movie? Anybody in the chat? I have notes, so I'm cheating. But you guys can guess. Did I serve in the National Guard? Yes, I did, for 23 years. And did a couple of combat tours. I got to go all over the world, actually. I got to go to South Korea. I got to go to Iraq. I got to go to Romania. All over the United States. So, yeah. Nobody knows the first James Bond movie? Somebody. Anybody. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not just for reservists. There's... they hand those out to... I think the National Guard reservists... I think active duty get them too, don't they? I don't know. I don't know. It was Dr. No. Dr. No was the first James Bond movie. Yeah, I don't think it would have gone over as well if the first James Bond movie was Octopussy. It would have been such a shocker. People would have been appalled to have this movie come out, and the first one of the series is called Octopussy. I don't think it would have gone over that well. The Netherlands, something in Netherlands, cocaine. In fact, they supplied mountains of coke to the entire world. Huh. Well, there you go. Random facts. We got Mr. Ray here helping me out with some random stuff to keep the conversation going. Although I can't pronounce some of the stuff he's spelling, but I can make out that it's from the Netherlands. So we'll just keep it that. We're kind of dumb it down for the rest of us. Oh, you were calling Randy. Terry that. What a stretchy britches. I had the weirdest, I don't know how to explain this dream I had. I was at this house with these long stairwells going up to it, and then how these corridors in the basement leading out to the streets below, and people were getting lost and stuff. It was, I don't know. I'll tell you, when I take that melatonin to go to sleep, I have the weirdest dreams. And then somehow I ended up naked at the end, and I had to use a trash bag as a poncho to make it back up to the house. I don't know what all that means. It was like I was stuck in one of the tunnels. Everybody left me. It's so bizarre. I don't know if there's some subliminal message in all that or not. I don't know. Mud flood in 1800. Ray's a historian over here. Or he's just using History Channel really fast on us. Unconstitutional assault weapons ban. Y'all wish us luck. Wow. There was I didn't copy and paste this one though. But and I think it was in 79, Congress passed the law saying that every able-bodied person, every able-bodied man from between the ages of 18 and 45 had to serve in the militia. It was required. So we had that in the past. And then somewhere along the way, we're like, nah, it's I think it was after Vietnam. It was always a volunteer. You could always volunteer and join. But I think after Vietnam, it was strictly voluntary to join the military, if I'm not mistaken, here in the United States. I don't know. It was 1963, James Bond. Thanks, Ray. From Holland. Well, we got somebody from Holland. Well, thank you, Ray. We have a little map up here, and we scratch off different countries, people that visit us. Visit us a couple more times, and you seem legitimate. We'll scratch your country off, and it'll be a bright color for everybody to see that we've had a visitor from from Holland on our world map. So that's so cool. I'm gonna write that down because as some of my other viewers can testify, I had the memory capacity of a goldfish, and yeah, I'll totally forget if I don't write it down. I did scratch off South Africa though, so everything in Africa is going to be a shade of yellow. Most of the European countries are going to be purple and green. I don't know why they mix those up, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't design the thing. It's like a big lottery ticket. You just scratch it off, and it reveals the color. And I learned that different continents have colors. So there you go. What are you going to do? So, yeah, I like, as far as the John Candy movies, if you have not watched Canadian Bacon, and you like John Candy, watch Canadian Bacon. I just say watch it, and see how it applies to today's atmosphere. You will laugh hard. That's all I can say. I don't want to say any more to ruin it. I think I've talked about it before. I'm sure I have. It is an underrated movie of John Candy's. Yeah, it's who all's in that movie? I can't remember. Canadian Bacon. That was like one of my favorites. It had Alan Alda. It had Ray Perlman. She was in it. She was hilarious in there. Kevin Pollak. Let's see. Jim Belushi. Bill Nunn. Stanley Anderson. It had Stephen Wright. Wallace Shawn. It had a whole group of great actors in it, and it was just absolutely hysterical. I love that movie. It's like one of those hidden gems of movies that people really don't know about. But yeah, Canadian Bacon. I wonder if you can even watch it right now. Can you stream it? Let's go back to overview and watch places to watch. You can watch it on Amazon Prime if you have that, and or YouTube Premium or YouTube TV. You can watch it through there. YouTube subscription. It's not medicine. Or MGM Plus. But there's a few places you could stream it. Canadian Bacon. I think was it one of his last movies? I don't know. Let's go back. Back up. Back up again. And one more time. There we go. It came out in 95. And they've got him in historical order as far as which year all his movies came out. Whoa, let's not go back that far. One of his first movies was out in 76, and I think Canadian Bacon was his last movie done in 95. So, there you go. Watch Great Outdoors a week ago. That's a great movie, too. One of the scenes I remember is he's trying to show his son how to water ski. He's on the dock, and he's like, you just hold on like this, and blah, blah, blah. And the guy, the family on the boat's like, what's he talking about? What's taking him so long? He's like, yeah, I think he wants to go. And they start dragging him across the lake at lightning speed, and he's screaming at him, you bastards. And they're on the boat going, I think he said, go faster. It's just like, you got to fill your YouTube prescription. Exactly. Or you'll have those side effects that Bill Murray had for not watching Coffee with Malcolm. Or throw the tantrum like the lady did on WTF News yesterday. What a wild story that was. I said prescription instead of subscription. I know. That's one of the scenes I remember the most about The Great Outdoors. Is when he takes off on that speedboat and he's a water skiing behind it. The tantrum video is wild. Yeah, I come across videos like that sometimes, and I try to just make my own story about them, totally made up. Yeah, I don't think she was actually throwing a fit for not being able to watch Coffee with Malcolm on YouTube, but yeah. Seizures. I don't think that was a seizure. There's more to the video. And something about her boyfriend breaking up with her or something like that. And she just had a complete meltdown in this lobby, as you saw in the video, of her thrashing and rolling and screaming and, you know, a complete 3-year-old tantrum in public. And she was wearing she was wearing her stretchy britches. Terry would be proud. It's like this whole onesie suit thing she was wearing. I don't know what she was wearing. It doesn't matter. She was flopping all over the place like a kid. And she's a grown woman. So, you know. You can't, you know, I'm sure that, like I said, this stuff's happened in the past. There just wasn't cameras everywhere all the time. And you get to see everything all the time. I'm sure there have been people throwing tantrums on the floor like that. And that's why they took them to loony bins and gave them lobotomies when the women had hysteria. She had a leotard on. That was the thing. The husbands, if their wives were like freaking out all the time, they would go to the doctor and say, I think she's suffering from hysteria. And they'd go, and they would just turn it off. So, maybe that was one of the reasons why wives were so submissive back in the day. They're like, I really don't want to get my brain zapped, so. And the loony bins. Bill Burr said the same thing. You know, it's like, he doesn't understand. He says, growing up, if you were ranting and raving and screaming on the street corner like that, a van would pull up and say, hey, buddy, we got you this nice white jacket. You want to try it on? Oh, it's okay. We'll buckle it up for you. And then we'd haul the guy off and you wouldn't see him anymore. He'd be in some insane asylum for the rest of his life, being fed meds and kept subdued at taxpayers' expense. So, but you know, still, I think a lot of that kept people in line, actually. If you think about it. Consequences for your actions. Now it's free speech. So you can just go out there and rant and scream, as long as you're not like professing terrorist acts. Yeah. Anyway. Mel's didn't answer your question, Ramesh. You got enough problems with that one. It just turns off all your problems, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go make coffee and dinner right now. That's all I know from Hollywood. I can't testify to the accuracy of the results of a lobotomy. But I do know that it really like, they turn something, they go right through, I think they go right by your eyeball into the brain and they like hit something. Stop people thinking their identity is a freaking lamppost. Oh, you can express yourself, but have some civility about it, you know? Have a little shame, maybe. You don't have to announce everything you're crazy about all the time. It's good to keep a few secrets. Why not, you know? The frontal cortex. Get up there. And then who figured that out? See, that's where my mind goes. I go back in time and I want to like meet the guys like, you know what? This woman is driving me insane. I'm going to pin her down. I'm going to start poking her brain till it turns off. I mean, how did they come across that? When was the first lobotomy? You know? They had to like, there's trial and error with that stuff. Yeah. Then a bone just above the eye. Damn. Random knows all about lobotomies. He studied up on it. He's all like, yep, well, I'm kind of a fan of lobotomies, actually, if you think about it. Mm-hmm. Oh, you watched the video on lobotomies a couple months ago. It's creepy as hell, isn't it? And that was like, wasn't it like standard practice? Back in like the 50s or something like that? I don't know. But somebody had to figure that out. Maybe like, somebody had severe headaches, and some guy was experimenting on people, and then he realized every time he went up through the eye and touched the brain at a certain spot, they all became subdued, and it was like, oh, okay, I figured something out. I don't know. We research weird crap. I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's fascinating that we used to do these things. If you did those things today, you'd be a total outcast and thrown in jail or something like that. It was just common practice. Well, they used to relieve headaches, they would cut slits on your head, let blood release, and that was believed to relieve headaches. I mean, we can look back and think it's stupid, but at the time, they didn't know any different. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. On this day in 2010, Betty White becomes the oldest Saturday Night Live host. Good old Betty White. Everybody loves Betty White. Whiskey was medication. Oh, yeah. Like Civil War when they're like amputees and like, here, take a shot of whiskey. Really, Doc? Oh, and chew on the stick while we saw your leg off. Whiskey was meds? I think it still is. Oh gosh, and they, obviously they passed out when they were doing surgery like that. Robert, by the way, is just laying on the floor. He's not joining me this morning, but he is energetic. He is feeling better, by the way. Side note, squirrel. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like amputations and stuff. Dang. That would, yeah, that's rough. Oh, you got a shot in the leg? Well, let's cut that thing off. He's like, what? You sure you can't like do something to it? Tie it up or something? You got to cut the whole thing off? That's just rough times. Thank goodness for modern medicine. Civil War, it wasn't very civil at all. People used to, they called it the Civil War for many reasons. One of the things is, though, that rich people, who obviously didn't have to serve in the war, would sit up on hilltops and have picnics and watch the battle commence. Yeah. Oh, look, darling, those people in blue are coming over here to these people in gray. This is wonderful. Well, let's watch them. I have 2 gold pieces saying that the blue side will win. It is messed up. Yeah, when I heard that as a kid, and they showed us, they're talking about it in the books and stuff. I was like, what? But they would like lay out blankets, the women in their big dresses and the men with their top hats, and they would sit there, sip wine, and watch a battle commence. And people screaming, bayoneting each other, blowing each other up cannons and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of wild. Yeah. Did I say blue versus red? I said gray. Wait till I do a state on it, darling. It's, yeah. Well, I mean, you think a lot of people died in the Civil War, but it wasn't like every day there was just like constant battles, right? There may be a couple skirmishes here and there, but a lot of time they were just marching. And then they would like, all right, we're going to meet you at this place and have it out. I don't think it was exactly like that, but it wasn't like, it wasn't guerrilla warfare per se. They'd line up and, the Civil War is totally jacked up how they fought wars back then. All get in a line. All right, yeah, shoulder to shoulder, guys. We don't want any of those enemy bullets getting past us. So, you'd rather a lobotomy? And the mindset. It was a show of force to have all your troops lined up like that. And it's supposed to intimidate. And you had the drummer boy, little 8-year-old kid with a drum out there. So yeah, it's totally checked up. Let's go back to lighter notes, funnier things. Oh gosh, we still don't have a pope. So They had black smoke come out of the chimney last night. No Pope. Still waiting for the white smoke. Hey, Blue. No Pope. I found that interesting as well. I grew up Catholic, and I really didn't give it much thought, But when they're electing the Pope, and I was like, well, if he's supposed to be this divine purpose and appointed by God, then why are these guys in there voting? Passing ballots, getting a 2/3 majority. We got to wait till 2/3 of the Cardinals get a hunch that this next person is the guy. I don't know. Yeah, he's supposed to be like, you got God, you got Jesus, and then Mary and some saints, and then you got the Pope. Sure, random, why not? You don't have to be a Vatican citizen. You can be from anywhere in the world. Just wear a red suit, get to know a few of the guys, wait for the Pope to die, and then you can take your chances there. Sell yourself, campaign a little bit. And in like 15 years, when this particular Pope dies, we'll see if you get in the running or not. And then I tried to look up to how do they make sure it's and all that started in 1903, the whole black smoke, white smoke thing at the Vatican. I looked that up too. It only started in 1903, and it's not like they've been doing that for 2,000 years. They don't have secrets. You want this? You want in on this Pope stuff? I don't know. Yeah, 1903. I guess they used some kind of basically they're throwing chemicals in a fire. Not chemicals. Well, they are chemicals, powdered chemicals, something that's going to emit white smoke when the time comes. And I think they say, but it's all a mystery. It's all shrouded in secrecy and stuff. They may be in there playing dominoes or rolling dice, for all we know. All right. World needs a new Pope. Crapped out. I'm not it. And then all these cardinals take their turns tossing dice to see who can get the lucky 7. And they get to be the Pope. Maybe that's how they do it. It's all in secrecy. Nobody really knows, right? They'll tell you some stuff, but they close the doors. They're excluded from the outside world. I'm sure food's being brought into them and water. Yeah, none of them are scrawny. Not a single cardinal is like malnourished in any way. So, yeah, maybe they are tossing dice. I would like to make things more comical for me. I just imagine them shooting dice to see who's going to be the next Pope. It started in 1903, so it's not like maybe it's a new tradition they started out with. Food, water, fish, altar boys. Oh, that and the one, it's like one toilet everybody's getting in line to go use, and they got those big robes and outfits on. I don't know. It's a lot. Oh, what'd you think about them marching with Pope Francis and the coffin? And they were basically wearing KKK hoods, except they were black instead of white, and had staffs with like glowing orbs on the. I don't remember seeing any of that as a kid. Yeah, I don't know. I will have to cut it short today. 7:30. I got a jet. I got to get to work a little bit early this morning again. A bunch of stuff I can't talk about. Is why I'm having to go into work early. So, yeah, today I got to go in early. So, just keep that in mind. We're going to log off here in about 2 minutes. And I wish you guys a great day all the same. So, let's see. Is today going to be a good day? Come on. Concentrate and ask again. Is it going to be a good day? Yes, definitely. There we go. Shows you, random. He said today was going to be bad for us. Futuristic guy. Whatever. Secret postal stuff, yeah. playing rock, paper, scissors. Nah, I think that's too innocent. I think them huddled in a mass, watching one cardinal at a time get down on the ground and shoot dice against a wall. I think that's more comical than rock, paper, scissors. But anyway, I am going to log off here. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining in, watching the little videos on the WTF news, and share those videos with people you like, or you share them with people you hate. It doesn't matter. Like, share, subscribe. Have yourself a great day, guys. More stuff on the way. I will see you tomorrow morning, or actually you'll see me. I technically never see you. So, yeah. That's the only reason I can do this, because I'm not actually looking at a group of people. But anyway, have a great day, guys.